Hello and welcome back. Today I thought I would really kind of get whimsical with these colors and have sort of like a kid's book style scene with just a cat sleeping in the window. And boy, this one just didn't work out, honestly. I really wanted it to be this sort of sleepy, relaxing thing, and I wanted to get into more detail, but honestly I just got to a point where I was just done with it. I just kept getting interrupted, I wasn't really feeling it, it wasn't looking the way I wanted it to look, and in the end, it was just a big disappointment for me. I kept working at it, I kept trying to make it better, and it just wasn't working with me. It was fighting me, and I eventually just decided to just do the best that I could and walk away. For example, I wanted to put individual raindrops on the window. I wanted to create a rainy day look because it was really rainy here the day that I painted it, and it felt really nice, and I wanted that vibe to carry over into my art. At some point you'll see me start to try. I'll put a couple of little droplets on there, and I immediately was like, no, I don't have the energy for this. And I just kind of ended up creating streaky blue lines on the window instead. It was just a struggle to get this to any state where I wanted to share it. I'm especially disappointed with the cat. I had all of these nice little light blue lines that I was going to work with, and without thinking, I put down a wash of color that made all of that completely invisible, so I just kind of had to guess. It ended up being okay, it wasn't awful or anything, but I lost a lot of the detail that I was hoping to put into the cat's face and joints where all of his legs came together and everything. So the question is, what do you do whenever you come to a situation where you're just not feeling it, where you start and it just doesn't go the way that you wanted it to go? Well, of course you can always give up and just start fresh. But that's not always the best option. Sometimes it's best to push through and keep working at it. Oftentimes, a complete failure is the best learning experience that you can get. And it's a good exercise to push past even whenever you don't particularly like something, because you never know when it will turn around and actually become something that you like. While that didn't happen with this particular piece, I have had that happen before, where a very disappointing piece of art turned into something that I actually rather liked once I kept working with it. Just definitely keep in mind that this happens to everyone. And while this wasn't what I wanted, in the end it didn't really look bad. Like, it wasn't the detail that I wanted, it wasn't the depth of color that I wanted, but it did have sort of the general look of what I was going for. It was sort of dreamy and soft, and that's something to be pleased about. So as I talked about before, I did a restricted color palette just for these 4 days, and I'm really pleased with how the whole page looks, because even though that last one doesn't really look like what I had hoped, whenever you pull away and you look at the entire view, it looks very cohesive and very snappy. I'm really pleased with it. And remember, if you have any questions about this process or about my creative process or anything like that, feel free to ask them in the comments section. I might cover it in one of these upcoming videos. After all, I have lots of videos coming up in the future, and a few suggestions for what to talk about would definitely be appreciated. And if you like this video, please hit the like button so I know to make more like this in the future. And if you're liking what this project is shaping up to be, then go ahead and subscribe and continue to watch this as it blossoms and develops. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye!